What's up, y'all? Today we're going to be talking about the 5 skills that will greatly improve your 3D work. Now I know this thing is a little big, but it's cold, so skip it. So the first one we got is drawing. Now drawing will really help you out when it comes to character work. So being able to draw would really help you out when it comes to designing a character. You can create a concept and then take a good look at it before you bring it into your 3D program and really put some work into it to make it come to life. You'll have a pretty rough idea of how your character will end up in the end, so you can know whether to get started on it or to just scrap it and design something else. Now, I don't draw characters, but I draw objects. So when I draw the object, and once I get a pretty rough sketch and everything put together, then I'll bring it into my 3D program, and then I can work off of this material that I made for it. Also, drawing can come in pretty handy when it comes to storyboarding for an animated sequence or anything that is animation related. This skill set will really push you to another level. Now, the next one we got is understanding how real cameras work. Now, you might ask, like, why would we need to understand how a real camera works, especially since we're going to be rendering out of a program? Well, a lot of the settings and the parameters that you set is going to be settings and options from your real camera. So for example, like depth of field, focal length, frame rates, and resolution, and a bunch of other settings that have to do with video in general. So fiddling with your camera settings and going out and taking shots and recording a couple videos, this will really help you out when it comes to rendering your final image out of your 3D program. So now we got lighting. Now lighting in the 3D space is somewhat similar to how real lights work. Of course, the fall off might be a little bit different. Sometimes you can have it to where there is no fall off. But if you adjust for that, how light moves and everything throughout a scene is something that you can understand without doing it in 3D. So if you come from like a production background and you know how to light a scene, then this skill would move pretty smoothly into your 3D work, and vice versa. I learned how to light a scene based on the information that I got learning how to light something in 3D. Now the next one we got is compositing. Now we're pushing into the visual effects space, and we all know that visual effects and CGI, they kind of work hand in hand, because these days making a full animated movie is kind of, insane. So these days, a lot of times people will shoot something in live action and then they'll bring in some CG elements. So understanding layers, understanding how to attach layers on top of each other. Now I know everybody doesn't want to be rendering out animated sequences and creating like short films and stuff like this. But even when it comes to a single image, you can do some compositing in something like Photoshop, where you can stack layers on top of each other, add some additional spice to it to really get the best out of your render. Now the last one we got is video editing. And this goes more for people who like to work with animations, they like to work with sequences and stuff like this. If you want to make any type of animation, you're going to need to understand sound design, or you're going to need to know somebody who understands how to add sounds and effects or whatever to your sequence, because it'll be a waste if you animated a full sequence and you had no sound. It'll kill the whole animation, even though the animation could be top notch. But you need the extra depth that sound brings in order to bring your little sequence to life. So being able to chop together a sequence and to add in the sound and to do some of the color correction and render out the final project is an invaluable skill that not everybody has, but this will really push you to a new level. And that's everything for me now. If you guys want to talk about other skills that you feel that would really improve, one's 3D productions and everything associated with their 3D work, you can leave it down below. Let's get a discussion going. That's it. Bye.